Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something that we all need to prepare ourselves for. You see, the world is changing faster than any of us expected. Every part of our daily life, like money, communication, healthcare, education, shopping, even how we prove our identity is being pulled into the digital world. You see, some see this as progress and others see it as a trap. But today, I want to break down the truth. Does the digitization of the world actually benefit us more than it harms us? And by the end of this video, you will see why the answer is yes. See, we have the pros that outweighs the cons by a lot, even if the risks are very real. So, what is digitization and what does it actually mean? When we say digitization, we're talking about the process of moving systems from physical to digital, like from paper to data, from cash to digital payments, in person service to online portals, manual work to automated systems. But you see, it's bigger than convenience. Digitization changes how society functions. It changes the speed of business, the reach of communication, and the structure of power. You see, what used to take a week now takes a second. What used to require a building, now it fits right in your pocket. You see, access that once belonged to governments and corporations now sits in the hands of individuals. Digitization is not just a technological shift, it's a civilizational shift. Let's start with the most obvious benefit: accessibility. You see, digitization makes things easier, dramatically easier. And what people often forget is that this convenience is freedom. Today, see, you can transfer money without going to the bank. You can talk to your relatives across the world for free. You can file your taxes right from your phone. And you could take college level courses online. You can manage healthcare through telemedicine. You can run a business without owning a single building. Think about just 20 years. If you missed bank business hours, you waited until Monday. If you wanted to research something, you went to the library. If you needed medical care, you physically went to the office and, you know, even for a simple checkup. Remember those days? With digitization, it removes all those barriers. You see, for millions of people, especially the elderly people with disabilities, and you have the single parents and low income families, digital access isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. And when you give society easier access, society becomes more equal. That's what they say. Now, the second pro is economic growth and innovation. So digitization didn't just change the economy, it exploded it. You see, every fast growing industry today, nearly every fast one is digital. You have artificial intelligence, you have cybersecurity, you have e-commerce, fintech, software development, data analytics, online entertainment, app-based services. You see, these industries didn't replace old jobs. They seem to have created new ones. Jobs that didn't even exist 15 years ago. And digitization increases productivity, efficiency, speed, accuracy, global reach. and it reduces cost, waste, barriers to entry, and what else? A lot of things. So let's take small businesses. Before digitization, your customer base was limited to just your town. Today, you can sell to anyone in the world. Hmm. And a teenager with a phone can create a brand, launch a store, and ship products internationally, something only corporations could do before. Wow. So, even in traditional sectors like agriculture, transportation, manufacturing, digitization cuts costs and increases output. Hmm. And here's the key: economic growth leads to innovation, and innovation leads to better products, better services, and more opportunities. Hmm. Digital tools don't make the world smaller, they make the world bigger. Pro number 3: empowerment of individuals. This is the most underestimated benefit. You see, digitization puts power into the hands of ordinary people like me, like you. You see, before the digital world, information was controlled by institutions, and money movement was controlled by the banks, and the media was controlled by a few networks. Opportunities depended on your location, and starting a business required major capital. But today, anyone, I mean anyone, could build a career online, learn a valuable skill for free, become a publisher, a creator, an entrepreneur, invest from their phone, access global financial tools, and connect with communities outside of their environment. Wow. So, digitization opened the gates, as you can see. It opened the gates for many people. Think of the creators earning a living on YouTube, TikTok, Etsy, Shopify. Think of investors learning the markets without Wall Street. Think of activists who gain global attention without the need of a new studio. Digitization democratized power, not perfectly, but better than any system before. And let's talk about for the marginalized groups. Digital tools provide visibility and a voice they never had. Yes, big tech companies are powerful, but the ability for regular people to bypass old gatekeepers. So we got pro number 4: smarter and more efficient systems. You see, digitization doesn't just help individuals, it helps entire systems function better. Digital tools improve transportation, energy grids, emergency response, supply chains, inventory management, healthcare, government services. Think about something as simple as a GPS. Without digitization, traffic would be worse, commute times longer, and accident responses will be slower. And in healthcare, you have electronic medical records. It reduces errors that used to cost lives. And then you got energy. You got the smart grids that prevent blackouts and optimize consumption. And in governments, digital portals reduces paperwork, saves tax dollars, and cuts down on fraud. You see, when systems get smarter, citizens get safer. That's what they say. And societies run smoother. So we got pro number 5. We have transparency and accountability. See, one of the biggest fears around digitization is surveillance. And yes, privacy is a real issue. But here's the part people kind of overlook. Digitization also exposes corruption. Mhm. Before smartphones, police misconduct often went unseen. Today, a single video can spark a nationwide change. Mhm. You see, before digital records, financial fraud was easily hidden. Today, digital auditing tracks every dollar. And before social media, censorship was simple. Today, a tweet or a live stream can reach millions instantly. You see, everything leaves a trail now. It leaves a timestamp, it leaves a record, and it has a digital footprint. This doesn't eliminate corruption, but it makes it harder to hide. And in many cases, technology protects citizens more than it harms them. So we have pro number 6. We have knowledge and expansion and global learning. Hmm. See, we got knowledge that used to be controlled, locked behind universities, walls, textbooks, gatekeepers, or geography. But with digitization, it shattered that barrier. Like today you can learn coding for free. You can study economics, philosophy, and law online. You can learn DIY skills from YouTube, and you can follow global news instantly. You can access research study from your phone. Wow, this is the greatest increase in human knowledge in history. And here's why this matters. You see, when people are better informed, they make better decisions. When people have more skills, they achieve better outcomes. And when people have more information, they are harder to manipulate. And you see, with digitization, has armed humanity with knowledge. Not perfectly, but massively. So we do have our cons now and why they are kind of manageable. And I'm going to tell you how they manage the cons. Now let's talk about the cons because digitization is not harmless, but the major concerns are privacy erosion. We have cybercrime, and we have misinformation, and we have job displacement, government overreach, and dependency on technology. But these fears are very valid, but here's the truth. Every con is solvable with digitization. You see, privacy, we get stronger laws, better encryptions, and user control can be protected. And with cybercrime, we have cybersecurity that grows stronger every year. And with misinformation, we have education and digital literacy that reduces its impact. And with job displacement, we have new jobs always emerging from new technologies. And then we got the government's overreach. We got public pressure, courts, oversight agency, and transparency tools that will limit that abuse. And with the tech dependency, humanity, they adapt. We adapt, just like we adapted to electricity, cars, and the internet itself. We can manage the downside, but the upsides are too large to give up. So, digitization is not perfect. It comes with risks, responsibilities, and growing pains. But when we step back and look at the whole picture, we have accessibility, we have economic growth, and we have empowerment of individuals. And we have the efficiency of systems, transparency, and access to global knowledge. Those benefits dramatically outweigh the drawbacks. Definitely. So we're living in the most connected, informed, and opportunity rich era in human history at this moment. So digitization didn't just upgrade our technology, it upgraded our potential. And see, while we must stay alert, aware, and involved in shaping the digital future, turning back isn't the answer, but building back or building smarter, safer, and more equitable digital system is. Because the world is going digital, and for most people, that's a good thing. If you like how I explain how we're moving into the digital world, subscribe and leave a comment. Catch you in the next one.